Hey going, my name is James from Wild Rumpus, and today I'm going to run you through our latest survey response. The survey response is in relation to the survey for the last school holiday program over the summer period. So you can find a written copy of the survey via the link on your email, which you would have gotten, and you can also find copies of it via our website. We had 48 responses to our survey. We had about 2/3 thought our programs were detailed enough, with a third thinking it was somewhat detailed. 87% feel that we have a diverse range of activities, while 12% feel that it was difficult to select suitable activities for their child or young person. 74% would rate Wild Rumpus's holiday program as excellent, 17% good, 4% okay, and 4% need improvement. So we're pretty happy with those numbers. The first comment section of our survey was what feedback improvements could be made to staff performance during the summer holiday program. Comments were pretty diverse. I'll kind of go through some of the ones that came up a little bit. Someone mentioned how important the bond is between the people with disabilities and the support workers. We totally agree. We try as much as possible to group staff according to different age groups. So we have a group of staff who work predominantly with the primary school and a group of staff who work predominantly with the secondary plus age groups. And the reason why we've done this is so the children and young people have less faces, I suppose, to get to know, and hopefully can kind of build the rapport and relationship a bit better, particularly those who we only see during school holiday programs, so you might only see them 4 times a year. There was a parent who said that their child wasn't changed throughout the program. Totally unacceptable that didn't happen. Really strongly encourage people who have grievances like this and complaints and comments to kind of come to us on the day or the day after and let us know, because we can kind of often track down which staff member was responsible for that day and question them about why things did or didn't happen as they were intended to. I really encourage parents to do that kind of like on the day or at the time, because it helps address the issues a bit more promptly, and kind of helps me weed out, I suppose, staff who perhaps aren't meeting the Wild Rumpus expectations. So please, kind of, if there are things that come up like that, give us a call on the day or the day after, and we can hopefully chase that up a bit more efficiently for you guys. Some people were interested in staff having a uniform. We did have t-shirts this time last year, but unfortunately with some financial constraints we weren't able to order t-shirts again. Hopefully when this improves you'll see us back with our Wild Rumpus t-shirts on. You will notice that staff have green lanyards. I don't have mine handy, but on the holiday program staff will all be wearing their green Wild Rumpus lanyards to help identify them a bit easier. Someone said that upon drop-off time they felt staff were standing around on their phones. We've kind of put a lot of effort into having better handovers. This was something that's come up a few times in the past, so we've done a lot of work with staff in terms of understanding what makes a really good handover and the communication that should happen in that time. In terms of staff being on their phone, so most of the Wild Rumpus staff have work mobile phones, so they may have been checking who was coming on the day, if everyone had arrived. They might have been clocking onto their shift or writing a comment to let other staff know something. So all staff are fully aware that they're not meant to use their personal phone during program unless it's an emergency. It would be great to have more staff and be able to provide more services to people during holiday periods. Unfortunately, with increased staff, there comes increased personal burden on myself. So we have actually reduced our staff numbers in the past couple of months, and although this will mean that we're still covered during term times, it will result in there being a bit less capacity during school holiday program. At the moment, during school holiday program, all our other programs do shut down, so we don't actually offer any other service during school holiday periods except for our school holiday program, which is fantastic but still doesn't touch the sides of the need out there. So it would be great to employ more staff and have more kids on program, but that's not going to happen at the moment. Staff, it would be good to know which staff are coming to the activity when the confirmation gets sent out. That will be great too, except the issue we have is that when we send out the confirmation to the time the program happens, staff change quite a lot in between now and then, with people cancelling, extra kids being put in, needing the right kids with the right training, with the right staff for the right training for those kinds of kids. So when the confirmations do get sent out, there is a lot of change between program happening. If you do want to know what staff are on before the program happens, just give us a call the day or two before program. By that time everything's pretty much set in concrete and we'll know exactly who staff are working, and we also have all the staff photos on our website. So if you do jump on our website, click on team, you'll be able to see the photos of the guys who will be there, and that way you can help prepare your child or young person if they're having a bit of anxiety around who's going to be there. On top of that, there was also really positive feedback too. So a lot of people saying the staff are really great, really friendly and chatty. Yeah, other good stuff too. But you can read that if you want to have a read of the good stuff. The best thing about the 2016 summer holiday program, most people said, was the great range of programs and the flexibility. The Adventure Park program was really popular over the summer. And for some families it was great to for their kids to have activities that they wouldn't normally be able to afford as a family, and also being able to socialise. Oh, and the reminder text. Families were really happy with the reminder text because they said they often forgot during holiday periods. The biggest improvement that could be made for our future holiday programs, longer days to cater for working parents. So on the front cover of a holiday program, we always kind of say that if there are working parents and you need to extend the day, just give us a call, because we can organise this if we have enough notice. We can get staff to finish later and start earlier and work around those times. So if you do need to work on a day that there's holiday program, just give us a call and we can sort out the times. Someone said different activities. It seems to be the same every holidays. Most days are something in cooking, and that we should be more creative. So I really think that we do offer a good range of programs. So we are really mindful of the need to have wide variety to cater to the different needs and interests. So we have activities that are more active, activities that are more passive, arty programs, sporty programs, programs based in Geelong, programs based kind of further abroad. So we do really try and offer programs that are diverse. And every holiday program we always throw in a few things in there that we've never done before. So there is that. We do cooking a bit. We only do really something on cooking days for days that are based at the Skill Development Hub. Obviously, because we don't have transport that day, so we're kind of limited to what we can walk to. Particularly in the summer, it's a bit hard to be out and about too much with no air conditioning. And because we have a kitchen space, we use it. So, I mean, if you are finding that there isn't enough diversity in our programs, maybe have a look at some of the other holiday programs, and there might be enough diversity if you use kind of a bunch of us. Someone was querying the out-of-pocket costs that are associated with some of the days, and confused why this isn't covered by the NDIS. So the NDIS only covers the staffing portion of your program. So NDIS just covers staff, and then they expect the people with disabilities and their families to cover whatever costs are associated with that, because obviously if they didn't have a disability, they would be needing to purchase things for themselves. That ranges from things like transport to entry fees to food to everything. At Wild Rhombus, I really understand that it does get quite pricey if your children and young people are accessing services that cost a lot of money, and you're always forking out kind of a $5 and $10 here and there, plus sometimes. So we do offer a lot of managed service for no additional out-of-pocket costs, and we try and kind of take on as much of the program cost as possible. But obviously for most programs that's not possible. There are programs out there that have an out-of-pocket cost for every single program they do, but we kind of feel like that's a bit of a burden for families, so we try where we can to provide things at no additional cost, so those families out there can still access quite a significant amount of support without having to continuously keep paying. Detailed descriptions for activities and a breakdown of the day, so we have looked at that. I think initially we only kind of had just the program because we offered so many days that it would turn into kind of a 20-page document, particularly over the summer when there's 6 weeks of programs. But they will start kind of be beefing up a little bit. So for those who access the weekend programs, they'll look a bit more like the weekend programs. Well, they'll have a little description of what the day is. Maybe some self-defense or yoga for primary school aged young people. We have done self-defense in the past, but when I kind of looked through the programs, we only really offered that to the 12 plus group. So probably in the winter program, you'll see a self-defense and yoga programs for the primary aged years. Someone suggested it'd be great if there's a booking system that allowed you to kind of book and pay for a few days to lock them in, because it's hard to access a few different services and request days when you're not sure what you're going to get from other services. The issue we have with that is that if everyone could lock in days immediately, we would have groupings that weren't functional, and people would be booked into programs with other people where they wouldn't be getting so much social engagement and connection with. We want our supports to be meaningful, and I guess the way we do that is by grouping children and young people together with similar interests and support needs, so they get the most out of the day, and we can, I suppose, tailor the program day a bit better for them. The other issue with that is that if we have a whole lot of people who require one-on-one support booking into days, we can find ourselves having promised people a whole lot of days that we actually don't have enough staffing to cover. So it can be a bit messy. Definitely kind of see how that is an issue. We're booking into multiple programs and it can be really messy, but I think we just keep looking at different ways of doing things. So I've tabled it for the next meeting, so we'll kind of hopefully have some ideas around how we can work around that one. A comment about putting down preferences for activities because they didn't get the activities that suited their child. Basically, don't send us preferences that don't suit your child. Because if you send us preferences saying, yeah, I'm interested in these, and we put you into them, then we're assuming you're interested in them. So you can preference orders for the holiday program, but it doesn't necessarily mean you'll get them in that order. It all still depends on the staffing and the group dynamic, which takes precedence. We just kind of do what we can. So yeah, hot tip is don't send us preferences for things that aren't suitable for your interests or needs. Someone has suggested more camps. Unfortunately, we are running less camps over 2017. We had a couple of incidents on camps over the second half of 2016, and basically my appetite for risk isn't that big. We are providing less so we can put in more efficient safeguards. So the 4 camps we'll be running over 2017 will be Cavehill Creek and an over 18s camp in term 2, and then in term 4 we'll be running Kangarooby and a high needs camp. So that'll be the 4 camps for the year. And having more over 18 activities that are cheaper. We have only kind of started exploring the over 18 activity market, mainly because all our guys who have been attending programs are now kind of turning 18. So we're starting to provide separate things for them. I guess the comment was just that all the over 18s kind of activities are a bit extravagant and expensive. So we are kind of looking at providing more reasonable, low-key over 18 programs. I think it's so new to us, we're getting a bit excited. They're all the comments for the survey response. So yeah, really happy, some really great ideas and some really great feedback. So lots of things to take on board there. So you can have a look at our survey response. This is the document here. I've covered most of it, but there are a couple little things in there if you want to see the nitty gritties and extra percentages and blah, blah, blah. That'll be in the link to the email that you've been sent, and it'll also be available on our website. Again, big thank you to everyone who came to the holiday program, and thanks to everyone who provided some feedback for the holiday program too. It's a really fantastic program to evaluate because it is so big. It is so big, it is so chaotic, and it is when things don't probably operate as efficiently as they could because there is so much going on. So we like to evaluate this program because if there are any cracks, they're pretty evident over the summer break. A big thanks as well to all the Wild Rumpus staff who worked over the summer holiday period. It is an enormous program, long days, lots of days. It's a new bunch of kids and adventure every single day, and everyone worked really well across it. Excellent communication, and the planning was fantastic. So good work, guys, and yeah, I would say looking forward to seeing the things that'll come in 2017. Thanks very much.